Hey, YouTube. Welcome to Whiles I Was Having a Beer with your host, Cutter Johnson. I'm Cutter Johnson, and whiles I was having a beer, I got to reflecting on a conversation I had with my cousin down there in Tennessee the other day. He called up and he says, "Hey, since you moved there way up north in the Northwoods, have you been able to find any work?" And I says, "Well, hell yeah, I got a gig as soon as I got here. Right out of the box, I started working and making a little bread." And he says, "Really? What are you doing?" I said, "Drinking beer." He said, "Drinking beer?" I said, "Yeah, can't believe it. You ain't gonna believe this shit. As soon as I got here, I found out they're gonna pay me 10 cents a beer. I just take them into the grocery store every other Wednesday and turn them into cash. 10 cents a beer they're paying me. So, of course, I'm doing all right, man. I'm making about 85 bucks a week so far. About 4,200 bucks a year. And there's plenty of overtime available. If I want to do a few morning shifts here and there, I could probably do 5,200, 5,400 a year. Not too bad. um, you know, that really helps out with I spend a little bit of money on beer, so making that extra 5,400 bucks a year really helps out, pays for some beers and stuff. It's not a bad little racket, right? So, my cousin Tucker down there, well, he wants in on some of that action and a chance for him to do a little better than he's doing down there in Tennessee. As soon as he figured out he can make 4 or 5 grand a year drinking beer, he says, "Well, I could use a raise." So he called up his friend Leroy there. He's got one of them Ford trucks with the old Power Stroke in it, and he's trying to talk him into tying it up to his trailer house there and dragging him up north so he can make 10 cents a beer for a while. Maybe just come up here and work for a couple years or something. You know what I mean? Make put a little bread in the bank. And but Tucker ain't always been the brightest grand in the box. And he says, "Hey, Cutter, man, Leroy won't do it, man. He says he ain't got the gas money." And I says, "Tucker, you dumb son bitch. You're going to what you got to do is trade him them front steps and that back porch. I guarantee he'll do it." We'll see you on the next episode of Whilst I Was Having a Beer with your host, Cutter Johnson. It's been for educational purposes only.